All right, hello, gals, guys, and otherwise. This is the Dark Asylum podcast. I am your host, Skinny Penis Zach Winters. Joining me, as always, Thick Dick Darkness.
Hello, everybody.
And then, last and least, the nubbin, Big Vicious.
That's right.
All right, welcome to the podcast where three professional wrestlers talk about everything except for wrestling. Let's lead it in today with what'd you guys do with your week?
This week for me, we usually go the negative route with what's happened to me. So I had the honor and privilege of having my garage stink of rotting meat and cat litter because we've had family over and you can't get...
Your family smells like that?
No. Let me explain. What? So before my family hears this and I'm disowned, we have family over and it accumulates a ton of trash, and we are like buy the smallest trash can that we can, so we can fit about 2 bags. But most of the time it's okay. When we have family over, it accumulates. Since we had the refrigerator go out, we had to take all the frozen meats and such from the refrigerator and freezer and wait for the next trash pickup. But it got so ungodly terrible in the garage that my wife and I actually, under cover of nightfall, went to some apartment complexes with a trunk full of garbage, threw out as much stuff as we could because we couldn't wait another week for the trashmen to come and pick up all this crap.
All right, and on this edition of Darkness Admits to a Felony.
Is it a felony? I thought it was just a misdemeanor. That's what the sign said. It was like, you know,
I was going to say, we got
what?
We got some shit on Darkness now. I know his address. I know his legal name. I think I even got his license plate written down somewhere too.
Yeah. The funny thing is, though, is I dropped it off at your apartment complex.
Oh, now you have his trash too. So
yeah, there you go.
He could do your trash more.
But yeah, it got so bad, and we couldn't wait another week. So,
Jesus. V, what have you been up to?
Again, just working. It's not much else to do around, you know. With all this craziness still going on, it's work and find something else to do with my free time. You know, reading,
and
movies.
That's why we started this up.
Exactly.
So me, on the other hand, I've been busy. I got work. I've been, not busy. Fucking hitting the gym, reading comic books, going places, doing things, seeing people.
You okay?
Me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was waiting for it to get interesting. Sorry.
No, it's the least amount of interesting. I've been playing games, but I've been like keeping busy trying to find new hobbies. I recently fell in love with this show called Bar Rescue. So for those of you out there who don't know, I professionally am a bartender, and some of this shit is that you see on the show, like some of it might be set up, and you know how fucking reality show producers are.
Quote unquote reality shows.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, let's give this girl a shot and then go another shot and go tell her to tell this guy to go fuck himself. See what happens. But some of the shit is fucking appalling. Like one of the, like it's mostly bartenders getting drunk on the clock, which is a huge no-no. And every bar I've ever worked in will get you fired on the spot for that kind of shit. And then I remember this one. The guy, it was like a kind of like a country theme bar, and the fucking owner starts riding a horse in this little bar, which seems to me like it's obscenely dangerous.
Well, I mean, it depends on how low the ceiling is, I guess.
It was pretty low, and then of course the horse, it's all linoleum floors, so the horse slips and eats shit, almost breaks its legs, shits on the floor, which by the way nobody cleans up. And it's been like this weird. It started off with me when I was allegedly eating edibles and just falling down weird YouTube rabbit holes.
YouTube is a rabbit hole, the whole damn thing.
Oh shit!
There's a guy on there. I don't know if you've seen him or not. His name is Justin Wang, and his big thing is going on and doing old urban legends from the internet. He's like researched and found where the origins of things like Two Girls, One Cup came from. And
well, I saw a lot of movies with Justin Wang in them. I don't know if it's the same one.
Just a Wang or Justin Wang?
Well, either one.
Oh, okay. No, Justin Wang, I think he's a bass player for a band. And,
okay.
He just kind of does this on the side. But his stuff's pretty good.
That sounds pretty interesting. I kind of want to do a deep dive on Two Girls, One Cup, personally.
Yeah. He kind of went into, is it real, is it not real, stuff like that. And then the My Little Pony cum jar, and then
Ew.
He did that one. Yeah, the one where the guy puts the jar in his backside and it shatters.
So I want to like kind of bugs me, especially with like, is it real? Is it fake? With Two Girls, One Cup and professional wrestling, I get equally as passionate. It doesn't matter if it was real or fake. One woman, a grown woman, made the conscious decision. It could have been poo. It could have been fudge or whatever the hell fake ass shit they were saying. But she still ate soft serve ice cream that was shoved up the butthole of another woman. And then proceeded to vomit on each other. You can't fake that. I saw it several times.
Several times? Yeah, most people just kind of watch it, get the reaction, and then they never see it again. But it's good to know that you watched it multiple times, for authenticity's sake.
Look, I don't need to get into what gets me off on this show, but just know I watched it several times. More times than I care to admit of those were in my underwear.
Well, that's the only way to watch YouTube, right?
All right. And as for like kind of comic book news, movie news, the Black Adam movie that has going to have Dwayne The Rock Johnson reportedly on Alexander Skarsgård for the role of Hawkman. Skarsgård, as we all know, played Pennywise in the new It movie.
I don't know. I like Skarsgård, but I don't know if I've actually seen him without all this stuff on to see if he would be a good Hawkman.
He's in a movie called Villains.
He was in Deadpool 2.
Or no, what was it?
Who was he in Deadpool 2?
Him and his
girl. He was the dude who vomited acid or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was also, I'm trying to think of the name of it. Him and his girl go and rob a gas station, end up finding this house, and
okay, that was called Villains.
They end up basically running into people worse than they are. I believe so. I'm trying to remember, but he's telling,
he can't be Hawkman.
Dwayne Johnson's telling Ryan Reynolds he's going to play Hawkman, and
Ryan Reynolds.
It's some funny stuff. You should go check it out.
No, he's Deadpool.
No,
Green Lantern. Green Lantern. Bring Green Lantern up again. I'll spit in your face.
That's right, because Hitler doesn't exist either.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, that was director's cut. Sorry.
Was that director's cut?
I don't know. Was that director's cut or just like a deleted scene? I don't remember.
That was post credits.
That was just the end of the credit. Yeah,
a third one or not with the Disney banner on it.
There's even with Disney would be fucking idiots. It's just leaving money on the table with how much money those two movies have made. I mean, isn't the first Deadpool now the second highest grossing rated R movie ever?
I don't know about rated R. I know comic book rated R movie it is. I mean, right behind Joker.
But Joker sucks.
Yeah, well, there's no accounting for taste, but I mean, otherwise Avatar wouldn't be number 2.
No, I think Deadpool beat out Avatar.
Really? That's pretty good then.
I think Deadpool beat out Avatar, and it beat Passion of the Christ.
There's enough beating in that movie for everyone.
Holy porn. Watch Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
That movie.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Jesus dies in the end. I've watched every single Saw movie, bad or good. I've watched every single Saw movie. Nothing has made me turn away than watching that poor. What the hell's that actor's name?
Henry Cavill. Yeah,
Henry Cavill. Just watching him get the shit kicked out of him for almost 3 hours. Anyway, I liked Skarsgård. I like Skarsgård as It, and then seeing him in Deadpool. I see him in a new movie, in a new superhero role.
Yeah, check out it's called Villains. It has Mika Monroe, Jeffrey Corbin.
Get a chance to check
and
out
Kara
Project Powers
Sedgwick.
because that was your suggestion for last week.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Thanks for bringing it up. I watched it.
It's actually on my it's actually on my list right now, and I meant to watch it before today, but then I didn't. There's no story there. That's just I didn't watch it.
I watched it. I guess we can't really get into it because Zach hasn't seen it. But,
I mean, from what you could get into it all you want. I'm still gonna watch it later. What you kind of explained to me, it's kind of like The Boys, where you take a magic pill and you get superhero powers.
Yeah, it was. I'm torn because in concept it was a great idea for a movie. It was heavily influenced by other things. There was points in it where I was just like, "This is boring." They needed to tighten it up a little bit more, but a lot of the concepts were good.
A lot of Netflix movies are like that, like Bright with was it Bright with Will Smith?
Yeah,
that had a great idea in it, but there are certain times of it where I'm watching it and I'm like, I should be entertained by this, but I'm just
that was the same.
There's cool ideas in this movie, but it's not entertaining me.
It was a good movie, but it wasn't something that you'd sit there and watch multiple times within a year period.
There's been some really good Netflix movies in the past. I mean, the originals that they do. Bright was right along the same lines as Project Powers, where it had a great concept, but it just kind of fell flat for me. Yeah. Some of the other ones that they've done recently were really good. I liked the one with Thor. I know he's got a real name,
Chris Hemsworth? I didn't like
Chris
that
Hemsworth, one. There you go. What was the name of that one? I don't... damn it. Extraction, yeah. I actually like that one. And you get to bring back...
It didn't have enough shirtless Chris Hemsworth for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. That's the only way I got my wife to watch it. I was like, Chris Hemsworth's in it.
That's what a real man looks like. And then during sex, she's just screaming, Chris.
Hold me on there. What?
What? What? Oh no! Don't talk to me.
Yeah, you're ruining it. She's reaching up for my hair that's not there to grab onto. Wait a second.
Oh man,
I liked Extraction, and then the one with Ryan Reynolds I liked.
Jesus,
I'm screwing up because I don't remember the names for any of these movies.
What the hell was that? I don't even know that one.
Senses 8 or something? 600.
It was a good...
Yeah, there you go. I knew there's a number in it.
Once again, I mean, it was a good movie. I've watched it a couple times. It's better than like Bright and I would say Project Power. But it was very crammed and rushed. And it was just, it was Michael Bay too. So it was just like action, and like up in your face. No real necessary story to me.
God, you're such a fucking woman. I want blood. I want action. I want shit
story.
And then the other one that I did like, Old Guard, was good.
Okay, I'm brought on the show as the gamer and the comic book guy. You guys with fucking little nerdy Netflix shows and your dorky series. I don't fucking watch. I barely watch TV.
Wow.
I watch a lot of movies. I watch some movies.
Okay. All right, so we'll stick with movies for a little bit longer.
Oh no, I want to talk about sticking on this track that men who make us feel vastly insecure about ourselves. You guys ever watch Supernatural?
Yeah.
What are we thinking about Jensen Ackles joining the boys as Soldier Boy in season 3?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
You didn't know about this?
No, I didn't know that's what they had cast. I saw one of the previews for season 2 that came up. I didn't know he was in it though.
Oh man, now it's time for me to be insecure and stuff. Supernatural gets my wife's pussy so wet in ways I can never dream of. And she has a huge lady boner for the skinnier one, not Jensen Ackles. But Jensen Ackles, I would let tear me up in a heartbeat, and I'm really happy to see him. I kind of he was more entertaining in that show for me. I never got super into it. I was always like interested in the lore and stuff. So anytime Jensen Ackles isn't on TV, all the other characters should be standing around going, "Where's Jensen Ackles?"
Jensen Ackles is the big moosey one, right?
Yeah, he's the dumber one. The one who's actually entertaining. That's not fucking whining about shit all the time.
Yeah, so he was the one that was in the Friday the 13th remake.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Come on, V. Who's the other one? Oh, he doesn't know. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Speaking about pussies getting wet, we're talking about Supernatural in front of Big Vicious, so getting that WAP, that wet ass pussy.
Oh Jesus. Jarrett Padlock was in the Friday the 13th remake. Okay.
So are we getting confused or?
Jensen Ackles was in My Bloody Valentine.
I'm glad we caught this on like a recording. This Big V's autism just flare up. This other guy that was in this movie, and then Jensen Ackles was in My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, now you scared him away.
Now he's mad at me.
but fuck you, Zach. He's so rage laden.
Fuck you, Zach.
I was taking a sip of my drink. You did that. I almost spit it all over my fucking computer.
I see Big V like, actually, Zach, and then I can see him pushing his glasses up the bridge of his nose. Actually.
All
right, so we screwed up the guys from Supernatural, which is
as I give him a wedgie.
All right, so he's gonna play Soldier Boy in The Boys, which is pretty cool because I remember.
I was talking about how much I don't watch TV that much. I fucking love The Boys, and I cannot wait for season 2.
Okay, I think I've got you saying I fucking love The Boys in every episode that we've done so far. I'm just gonna put a clip together of you saying it every time. I fucking love The Boys. I love the fucking boys. I love the fucking boys. I'll edit out you saying the, and it'll just be I love boys. I love boys. I love boys. And there we go. We're looking for a replacement for Zach Winters now.
I fucking love boys.
Full body orgasm.
So
which
yes,
incidentally is longer than I've lasted than most wrestling promotions in this area.
Yeah, there it is. Just one per show. All right. That's all right. So The Boys, when is that coming out? It's next month, right?
September, early September, I think.
We also have next Friday, Bill and Ted Face the Music. Are any of you guys excited about it? Do you even know that it's coming out?
I didn't know it was coming out next week. I couldn't be more not excited about this.
I knew it was coming out.
Bill and Ted worked when they were young teenagers, and now it's just like kind of like the Dumb and Dumber that came out.
Dumb and Dumber 2?
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber 2. No, not the prequel, the newest one that came out. It's funnier when these guys are younger and acting like this, but now they're kind of old. Keanu Reeves looks like he's melting, and it's just
the thing is they actually had to do old age makeup on him because he doesn't look old enough to be an old Ted.
Well, it's that, and that other guy looks fucking awful for his age.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah.
I forget his name now. God, I'm having brain farts this whole show. Alex Winters. God, there you go. Haha, I'm back.
It's the same last name as me, you cock.
Oh, I should know. Or maybe that's why I forgot.
I'm gonna set you on fire, both of you.
Okay.
That's why I forget.
Yeah, that's coming out next week. They're doing this weird thing where you can see it in the theater of the ones that are open, or you can get it direct streaming. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of numbers they come up with.
I'll probably wait till it's in the $5 bin in Walmart.
Okay, so like 4 months.
I give it 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Some of these remakes and these reboots and stuff like that are it's getting old. I love Bill and Ted. I love watching them. I don't know how this is going to go. I'll watch it out of morbid curiosity. Unfortunately, I think with the times right now, it's probably not going to do very well.
No, not at all.
I mean, fuck, they just got John Wick, 4 and 5? Or no, They just got done filming 4. They've already greenlit 5. So Keanu Reeves ain't hurting. But poor Alex Winters, man. It's like, good God. It's almost like Keanu Reeves did this as a favor to Alex Winters, and it's going to fall flat on its face.
I kind of get that vibe from it, too, that, like, Keanu Reeves doesn't need to do anything else, and he's going to be set for life. And now here comes Bill Winters coming out of the fucking the trash can. You know, hey man, I got the script for the new Bill and Ted. Hey man, let's put this together and get the band back together. Oh, okay, buddy, let's do this.
Yeah, this is probably light work for him, based off of all the John Wick stuff that he's been doing, and evidently the Matrix that's still being worked on.
I was just gonna say, Keanu Reeves hasn't really he's grown past Bill and Ted, and seeing him kind of revert back to that isn't going to be. I don't think it's.
Yeah, it's gonna, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But unfortunately, as much as I love the characters, I don't think it's gonna do well.
I don't think they're gonna age for like a today's audience either, because, and I've kind of said the same about Beavis and Butthead. They worked in the 90s because that's kind of how our sense of humor was. And I don't think Bill and Ted are going to age, pun intended, they're not going to age well.
All right, so we just lost V again. Yeah, so we got Bill and Ted, and I haven't heard of anything new that's coming out. I mean, they're still holding off on that Christopher Nolan movie. So that's one of the big ones that they're holding back, hoping that theaters get back on track and they can save the theaters with this movie.
Another tangent. I'm gonna be deeply, deeply sad if theaters just go out of business because of all this shit. Like, I know it's kind of the joke to be like, oh, movie theaters are expensive and they overprice everything, but still, it's kind of, the experience is always fun. Like, I've always loved taking, my daughter out to a movie. I've always loved taking, a date nights, dinner, and a movie. We go to the theater, we get popcorn, spend $160 on this fucking seats. I think there's gonna be something lost if movie theaters just go out of business.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's stemmed into your childhood, and it just goes from there. Yeah, you go on dates as you grow up, and the movies are always there. It's always been a thing.
Yeah, and I'll be like deeply saddened if like the next generation this is just something they're just not going to have now.
Yeah, it's so weird too, because I mean, all the things that we're losing as far as what we had that are like your kid doesn't have. It's movie theaters shouldn't be another one of those things that lumps into that pile.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of funny because like, and everybody else listening to this, you want to feel old. My daughter, she's 8 years old, and she asked me what my favorite YouTube show was when I was a kid. I was like, well, there wasn't really YouTube when I was a kid. Well, what was your favorite Netflix show? There wasn't Netflix either. And then I was like the early days of Netflix movies. Well, what did you watch? Well, we watched TV. Well, what did you watch on TV? Fox. The Simpsons.
Yeah. So, do you remember when the Fox network came on? Before there wasn't a channel, and then it was a channel. Oh, you're probably too young for that.
Yeah, you're the old man in this group. I don't know.
Well, since V just dropped out, but V would be the old man. Yeah, I remember when Fox came to be. It wasn't even a channel, and then there was always, for me when I was a kid, it was Channel 11. But yeah, Fox wasn't a thing until later on.
I always knew Fox as like it was the newer thing, but it was always like the edgier thing, where the naughty channels where you could say swear words and show people's butts hung out.
Yeah, it was funny because Married with Children was one of the first shows on the network, and then they had their Channel 11 newscast, and they had a few other like handful of shows that were in such heavy rotation that I think Married with Children played like 4 times a day.
Yeah. Oh,
it was so weird because they had such little content in the beginning, and then they get the Simpsons, and then they have the Tracy Ullman show before the Simpsons, and the Simpsons comes on, and the Simpsons premiered when I was in elementary school. So
shit,
no, well, if I'm old, then the fucking Simpsons are even older. That's the insane thing about it. I had to barter with my mom, like do dishes to go watch the Simpsons.
Yeah.
It was just crazy because I remember distinctly people talking about it in elementary school, like 3rd, 4th grade.
Do you
And that
remember
show
when?
is still on.
Yeah, The Simpsons started on the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah. How Fox just came to be. Like that was one of their first shows was the Tracy Ullman show, and they had the shorts for The Simpsons, and it spun out from there.
Yeah, speaking of old men, let's welcome Big V back.
Yeah, technical difficulties.
All right, so what we were talking about was how Zach's girl was asking him what his favorite YouTube channel was, what his favorite Netflix show was, and he's like, "Those weren't around when I was a kid." And he was talking about how he watched Fox when he was a kid. And I was like, "Man, do you remember when Fox wasn't a channel yet?" And he's like, "No." So I know you will though, because you're older than me, so you'll remember Fox wasn't a channel yet.
No,
Big V is actually 75 years old.
Yeah.
82, thank you. No, you really didn't have a lot of channels. I mean, when I was younger, I mean, your TV watching was very limited.
Even on my end, like I grew up kind of like out in the boonies, and we had 4 channels, and you know, if the president was on, your night was fucking shot.
Well, hell, it was like the O.J. Simpson thing, dude. It took over everything.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay, Dark Asylum nostalgia corner. I remember my grandma being glued to the O.J. Simpson channel, and I was fucking furious because I wanted to watch wrestling, but this shit was on every fucking channel. And like I said, I grew up in the boonies. We only had 4 channels. So this shit being on every fucking channel was so infuriating. And I remember just watching this, just getting so fucking pissed. Not because, you know, he killed a woman and got off scot-free. It's because I missed like 3 nights of The Simpsons.
That trial went on for damn near a year. And it was like all day long. Almost every major channel would carry it. And then almost every night you would get the replays of everything. Yep. It was the biggest damn thing. And I remember the verdict came out. I was in high school, and there was one dude, I think he was a guidance counselor, had a TV in his office, and he's watching it, and it was passing period. And like 300 kids are like going around waiting for this verdict to come out. And it was so crazy how this thing got so blown out of proportion and became such a huge thing. And the thing, too, I don't understand why so many damn channels need to cover it. It's the same damn picture. They don't have it at different angles. They don't have guest commentary. What the hell do you need it on 6 different channels for?
Ratings.
It's just depleted between 6 different channels.
Well, yeah, but like people are still gonna stick with NBC, CBS, ABC. They're still gonna stick with their channel, so they want to make sure that I'm watching. I stick with NBC, but then ABC is showing the channel, the trial, and NBC isn't. So I don't want them to go change over there. So I'm gonna play the exact same fucking footage for 16 hours.
Yeah, I got stuck watching reruns of Supermarket Sweep on Lifetime because they didn't fucking play it on that channel.
Fuck me.
That was the best thing on. It was ridiculous.
I was busy playing my Super Nintendo because I couldn't watch anything on TV. So fuck this. I'm just going to play video games.
God forbid you read a damn book.
Listen here. I read plenty of books. Thank you very much. When I was a child, I wanted video games and hardcore pornography.
Yeah.
He reads plenty of books with pictures in them.
They're called comic books, you illiterate retard.
Dear Penthouse, I was at work the other day.
Hey, those are all true. I don't care what you say. Those are all true.
All true.
I'm still waiting for my busload of cheerleaders to line up and blow me. All right.
Yes, that really happened. So, all right, we'll finish up the movie stuff right now because I think we covered pretty much everything else we had planned to.
Yeah, everything exciting.
V and I have been going through and rapidly devouring 80s horror movie stuff, whether it be documentaries or the actual movies themselves. So, I don't know, we need to do like a retro 80s horror spot in this show.
Right.
I mean, I was thinking, I was going to say we've saved that for October.
Well, horror should be a theme all throughout because, you know, Dark Asylum.
We're the Dark Asylum.
Well,
I fuck right now. I'll talk about how much I love The Thing. The Thing is the best horror movie ever produced.
all right, which one?
The John Carpenter's.
John Carpenter's The Thing. All right, I agree with you.
Yeah,
Those
there's
effects in that damn movie still hold up, and they're still amazing to watch. For practical effects, my God, man.
God, yeah, exactly.
Those
I always
things are great.
I do always kind of feel bad, like in the beginning when the Thing is just like it's turning into the dog, and it's actually it's just this big animatronic puppet put in there with these fucking poor dogs that are actually scared out of their fucking minds, and there's just some guy off screen squirting fake blood on the other one. And I always feel bad about that part, but other than that, it's a fucking great movie.
Yeah. And I like how way back then, even that was like one of the first ambiguous endings that I didn't quite, I was like, wait a second, what happened? And John Carpenter was great at that, because I remember also like the first ending I didn't get as a kid was watching They Live. I'm like, well, what happened to Roddy Piper? He's dead. I was like, what? Like, my mom had to explain what the hell happened at the end of that movie.
What? I want to go on this. What do you guys think happened at the end of The Thing?
I've heard rumors or ways that it's the theory goes when he hands him the flask at the end, he actually switched it with gasoline because the aliens do not they don't know the difference.
Yeah. And if you like a weird little thing I noticed that like I read it in an article, and you could like Keith David, he doesn't have steam coming out of his mouth.
Oh wow. I did not notice that.
Yeah, watch it again.
I was watching a documentary. It's called In Search of Darkness. But
of course
it's
you watched
about
it, you fucking ego tripping
narcissistic son of a bitch. Yeah, so I was watching that, and it's about 80s movies. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because that was the thing that they brought up when they did their little thing for The Thing, which sounds so stupid to say the thing for The Thing. But they mentioned, they said, it was they went through all this budget to make all these effects and everything, and then there's no breath. Oh wait, no, fuck it, never mind. Fuck all what I just said, because he was actually referring to The Shining and how Stanley Kubrick was so anal about making movies. Yeah,
there's no breath.
You had Jack Nicholson running around, and there's no breath coming out. So never mind. Fuck it. I'm just gonna delete the whole fucking thing I just said.
No,
or not. Damn it! It's gonna make me look stupid. I'm taking it out.
I have that power as the editor.
Anyway, so The Thing. Great movie. Most of John Carpenter's stuff is great. I can't think of one offhand that I haven't liked.
So kind of going off of what you said, Darkness, speaking of ambiguous endings, The Shining is kind of the one I still don't really understand. If you guys want to get into that for me, because like Jack Torrance is dead, but then he's in that picture at the very end of it.
Okay. V, you want to explain it to him? Because I don't understand what the hell happened either.
Yeah, no, I'm still lost on that one.
Oh, good. It's not just me.
No.
Okay, because I dug The Shining as an entire movie. The ending, like, okay, Jack Torrance is dead, and now he's in this picture from 1942 or whatever.
So I think with that, the way I interpret it was every soul that place is stolen, every soul that it's corrupted and taken, it gets put into that picture.
Okay.
So it's like that picture is the representation of all of its victims that it's taken over the years.
So I kind of got that feeling. Yeah. So I kind of got that feeling from like the bar scene also.
That's my interpretation. I could be totally wrong. I never read the Stephen King book either, so
yeah, me neither.
For shame. But
no, I haven't read The Shining, but I've read quite a few of Stephen King's books, and traumatized.
The first novel that I ever read as a kid was Pet Sematary. So that's how I got started with reading novels, books. Yeah. So yeah, I've read a bunch of Stephen King. I just never got to The Shining.
Honestly, like kind of the same, because like I watched the movie first, then I read the book, and I loved the book, and then I read The Stand, which is like 10,000 pages long.
That's a hell of a read. How old were you when you read that?
I was reading like full-length novels when I was young. I had to be like 13.
Yeah, that's a hell of a job to task. That's a task to handle right there.
I
for a
real
13-year-old.
I
realized
realized
for a 14-year-old.
I realized doing a Stephen King novel for a book report in school is not a good idea. So I picked up Thinner and decided, hey, I want to read this, so hey, I have to do this book report. And halfway through it, I said, let me find a smaller book that I can get through really quick because I cannot write a report on this.
So you guys had book reports. What I had when I was in middle school, high school was we'd have every book had like a small test, and you'd get credit for this. So we'd read the book, and then you'd have to take like a 15 thing test, and you had to take these tests all the time to make sure you're reading. And when I read The Stand, there's plenty of times I just kind of fucking like just grazed through it.
Yeah,
and I still aced that motherfucker. Because
I remember
it's like whoever wrote the test read the first 300 pages and said fuck this.
Remember the first book report I got an F on? It was because I did a choose your own adventure book. And my teacher's like, no, you can't do this. I was like, what? It's a book.
I didn't think they'd be so judgmental on that short bus you went to class on.
Hey, you know what? That's not even funny because that's legit. I did take the short bus to school. All right, let me explain because this is I'm going to go off on a tangent right now. Okay. All right. This might explain a lot about me. It might not, but I don't know. So I'm in school. It's the 80s. I'm lashing out in school. I'm a problem. I'm a bad kid. So
it's because you dressed in black.
Well, this wasn't at that point. This is when I got to high school, but that's a whole nother story. So I'm not doing well in school. So they think I got ADD. They think I have whatever. They want to put me on Ritalin because that was the drug of choice back in the 80s. My mom, in having my back is her son. She's like, no, you're not putting my kid on drugs. So thank God, thank you, Mom. They're like, all right, well, if you won't put him on Ritalin, then we need to send him to special day class. And so I get sent to another school that has a class full of people that are legitimately having problems. That like they have Down syndrome, they have, all kinds of rage issues and stuff like that. And then there's a small group of like 3 of us in there that are all in the same boat. Our mothers like refuse to give us Ritalin. So we actually don't have anything wrong with us, but we're stuck in these classes. And then they're telling us, this is going to be like one of those big V stories sessions. But anyway, so they tell us, oh yeah, we'll get around to giving you an aptitude test in, a year or so after you're in this class. So I'm in this class. I have the same teacher for 2 years because he just gives you work based off of what your level is. They go around and they finally get me an aptitude test. And I have like reading comprehension that's at genius level. My math is like off the charts, all this other stuff. And they're like, well, we don't understand why he's acting out. And it's because I was bored. So I would cause problems. But they were the school system was so in cahoots with the drugs, and this is just my take. I'm going to go off on a conspiracy theory. They were getting payola from Ritalin to give these kids Ritalin to go in and get their pills and everything, that they didn't see that there was a kid that actually had something going for him, and they just ruined it. They fucking ruined me. You know what, school system?
Well, hey.
Fuck you. Fuck all of you. I'm sorry.
Hey, at least you're in the drug giving phase. At least you didn't have a lobotomy.
If I was born 10 years sooner, I probably would have gotten shock therapy instead of Ritalin.
I did like how you had to squeeze in how smart you are.
I had to, because, narcissistic tendencies.
I forgot, because they said I was a genius on everything.
I didn't say everything. I said reading comprehension. But I was, I was on par with everything, and reading comprehension was genius
See,
level. So that's
unlike you old fuckers, I grew up in the '90s, and
what was '90s drug of choice for kids?
I think it was the marijuana pills.
Well, I know ADHD was the big diagnosis.
Oh yeah, ADHD was everywhere, but we also had. I know you guys kind of had it like in the tail end of the '80s, but we had the big satanic panic.
Oh yeah, yeah. We
So
talked about that.
So because I dressed in black and I listened to heavy metal music and loved horror movies, there was something wrong with me.
Yeah, it was me in the '90s. That was
With my heavily religious Irish Catholic grandma.
Well, yeah, I didn't have that. Like I said, my mom was pretty cool with pretty much anything I was going for. So, V never talks about his childhood.
Well, it's because he was beaten and kept in a closet.
That's what I'm thinking.
I imagine he had the childhood of Harry Potter without all the cool magic shit.
That's what I was just gonna say. Is like some people they come back from Vietnam and like they flip out. They flip out when they see like Forrest Gump or something like that because they have the flashbacks. But he's sitting there watching Harry Potter and just pisses himself right there. Like, what's going on? What's wrong with me?
It's back when I was a kid and this fat British guy just kept hitting me and screaming at me.
Locked me in a closet. Kept talking about my Patronus.
I figured like
assholes.
True.
Especially with how Big V looks, it's like that and when Danny DeVito dresses up as a troll.
Is this Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we could go off about that too. I love that show.
I never got into it.
God, you're such a pleb. You uneducated fucker. Are you smoking in the closet, V?
No.
he's still trying to calm himself down with the Harry Potter references. He's huddled in the corner hugging himself, just trying to bring himself down.
I wish a magical school would have taken me away from there. but no, I grew up into the giant man that I am today.
He's got Harry Potter's backstory, but he looks like fucking Hagrid. He's not talking still, so I'm waiting for the knock at the door.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and choke over those.
Crying.
Keep choking.
Oh my god. That was so fucking funny.
You're a wizard, V.
He's like if Hagrid had autism.
God.
I hate you guys. I hate you all
this
so
giant
much.
drunk who plays with raccoons in the yard. Oh no, this is me, Gryffindor. No, V, that's a raccoon. No, this is a griffin. This is Buckbeak right here. Okay, V, put the squirrel down.
Oh shit.
You okay over there, Darkness?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Don't worry, V. One day you'll find your giant woman.
God. Oh, V's half giant troll. was Hagrid's half brother? That weird fucking.
So was he a full giant?
Yeah, is this brother? Yeah, he's a full giant, but he looks like a pinhead. He's got that like little tuft of hair up top, and then
no, that is Big V.
That's right. Yeah.
Speaking of which, can we get we're getting on all this shit? Can we get on how fucking weird it is that like Hagrid's dad just wandered into a cave, saw a creature that looked like that, and it was just like, ooh yeah, I gotta put my dick in that and get it pregnant.
There's a lot of things in those books that Yeah, as an adult, you kind of question.
That's the part that always rubbed me the wrong way, because like Hagrid's brother was a full giant, and that's what full giants look like apparently. And then Hagrid's dad just wanders into this cave, probably drunk, and just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck this thing real quick.
I am not the expert on Harry Potter. I would probably defer to my sister-in-law or my wife. But the chick that he saw at the tournament, Hagrid, wasn't she? She was a giant, right? And then his brother, his half-brother, wasn't he a troll?
So was Hagrid's mom just fucking anything that moved?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we need to delve into this. This is like our unsolved mysteries.
Get your wife on here. Let's ask her.
Hold on 1 second.
Honey,
That's what I'm gonna do.
Let's talk about who Hagrid was fucking.
Okay, we got a question for you real quick. And you just read all the Harry Potter books, right? Okay. So Hagrid's brother is Gwarp, right?
Fucking
okay.
Gwarp.
So Hagrid's brother is a troll, and then the chick that he met at the tournament, the wizarding tournament, is a giant, right?
I thought Hagrid's brother's a giant.
Okay, so Hagrid's brother is a giant.
Yeah.
What was his dad?
Well, no.
Hagrid's brother, they had the same mother.
Okay.
But Hagrid's dad was not a giant, I think.
So Hagrid's dad
Who
made it with a giant? Okay, so then Hagrid's mom made it with a troll.
Oh, I don't know.
No, hold on. No. Ask her what the giant lady was. The huge lady was a full giant, wasn't she?
Okay, so the lady, the big lady from that Hagrid met, she was a giant, right? Call my sister-in-law. All right, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. And
yeah, we need to figure out how much of a slut Hagrid's mom is. We're getting to the bottom of this shit today. Stay tuned, listeners.
Oh, I could probably text her, but this is more fun to try and bring it up to her in a conversation later.
We're doing who was it? Bill O'Reilly. Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Oh man, this is a tangent and I have to go off on.
Oh my god. Find out who. Tune in next week. We'll find out who Hagrid's mom's fucked in the Harry Potter universe.
You are not the father. Okay, so that'll be a mystery for next week that we'll solve.
God damn, like you go out to Hogsmeade, you slam down a couple butter beers or whatever the fuck else people drink over there. You stumble home. Oh, look, there's a cave over there. Hey, there's this giant. Well, I didn't get any pussy over at the bar. Let's just do this real quick.
It's like, last call. Oh, the only one I can see is sitting over there. The sea of people leaving, there's one giant head and shoulders above everyone else.
Looks like his brother is just a screaming giant woman. Me horny.
All right, I'm going to get the answer to this, or at least the best that I can do. I have experts I can confer with. It's okay. All right, so I'm going to say we'll call it with movie news.
Oh, I was gonna say Tonks in the Harry Potter movies was like my sexual awakening.
Mine was Elvira, but that's another story for another day.
Well, yeah, because you're old.
Elvira.
Oh,
hey, she's still hot.
She's
84 years old, and I'd still tear that old pussy up.
Oh my god, I actually met her, and it was my first Comic-Con years ago. And she was just sitting at the table. It was my turn to walk up, and I just went like full. You never go full retard, but I did. I was just like, hey. She's like, hey, how you doing? Hey. I'm like, and she's like, okay.
You're a very special guy, aren't you?
It almost felt like it was having a Make-A-Wish moment, but
you're having your short bus flashbacks.
It was I just I fully lost my voice and everything. I couldn't talk to her. She's like, okay, well, have a good day. I was like, thank you.
Thanks.
So yeah, I was thinking I was the first celebrity I ever met at a con like that. That was my sexual awakening. Anyway,
I take it back. I take it back. Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns was mine.
That one's good too. How about you, V? V, are you still with us? Oh.
I'm with you.
He's just reminiscing real hard.
Is that what that thumping noise is?
I am in the closet.
You didn't have to bang on the walls. Prove that.
We believe you, honestly.
I completely believe that you're in the closet.
Oh, God. All right. Well,
all right. Anyway,
we'll close it.
Video games.
You want to do video games?
We can do
that's
video
right.
games.
That's right. You got video game news.
I do. I don't. Have you guys been playing anything?
I got God of War. I rented. I got it from the library. I hadn't played it yet, so I rented. I guess it's renting. Or I checked out God of War. I started playing that one.
Yeah, I remember 2016.
I know. I'm always a little bit late, so I got that, and I got Resident Evil 2 remake.
Ooh, that was so good.
Yeah, I would have much rather played it on the computer with all the weird mods that people have come out with, but yeah, so I rented those from the library.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, but everyone knows about those already, so.
I've been playing. This weekend was the first drop of the beta version of Marvel Avengers.
Yes.
So got a few hours of playing on that. My kid, I didn't even know he was here over the whole weekend. He was just
he was curled up in a ball waiting for his macaroni and cheese, and you're just like, no, I have no children.
Right. I was like, whatever, okay. But no, I got a few hours of playing. I didn't realize they were dropping it. It was only for the weekend, and they're doing it each weekend all the way up into the actual release of the game.
Okay, so with that, are they giving you different types of gameplay each weekend, or is it the same thing every weekend?
I believe it's just the same play. It was a little confusing to me on what they were actually doing. I mean, right now I don't care. The game is tight. I'm enjoying the game like a lot.
Okay.
I had mixed thoughts about it when it was coming out. I didn't know exactly what we're going to have here. I played a lot of Marvel games, and some of them are just very like redundant, and this game is actually so far great. I ended up getting the Ultimate Marvel Avenger Edition. It's supposed to come with a bunch of extras and shit, so that's going to be interesting. Right now, my favorite character in there is the Hulk.
Go figure.
Well, you start off playing with him, and then a little bit down the line, you also get Black Widow and Iron Man. So, I mean, I don't know if it was just the fact that I was stuck with the Hulk at the beginning, or if I just like the way he plays better, you know?
Yeah. They're saying that it's kind of unique because each character plays like totally different. I mean, I've been seeing some of the gameplay videos. It looks like Thor's pretty cool, and then Black Widow's pretty cool because she uses the grapple to like keep going after people. So
yeah, Black Widow's fun to play, but I mean, so far I think the Hulk, just right now the Hulk is my number one. I haven't got Thor yet. You do get to play all of them a little bit at the beginning of the game for the beginning of the story. So you get a little fill of each one, just not enough to get a full spectrum of like, do I really like them or not? So with having Iron Man, Black Widow, and Hulk so far, and then you have Miss Marvel.
Yeah, Kamala Khan.
Yeah, Kamala Khan. She's all right. She's a little all over the place, but I mean, I guess if I sit down and play enough of her, she might be interesting.
Okay. So is it like a WoW type MMO where you can get a bunch of people together and form a little group and then go around doing these missions, or is it basically a story mode, or how do you play?
There's story. I mean, right now it's basically I just have the story option, but my understanding is you can play online with other players and do different missions.
What
I mean, right
system
now
you
it's
got
just
it on?
it. I got it on Xbox.
Okay,
My kid got it on PlayStation.
so that means you have it on PlayStation as well.
Yeah, if I decide to ground my kid, yo boy, you ground it. I'm taking the Xbox or the PlayStation.
Nice. Okay, so far with just the beta release, what would you rate it?
With the beta release, so far I'd rate it probably a 6 right now.
Out of 10 or 5?
Out of 10.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, you went off the spectrum with this one. Okay, so far so good, but with it just being a beta, there's still a lot of room for improvement that they can do.
Right, and I think part of the problem that's making me rate it so low right now is every time it like pauses and stops and asks you to actually rate it. Like, what would you rate this mission? I'll rate it right up your fucking ass. Just let me play.
Jeez. So does the gameplay get redundant after a while? Same kind of enemies and stuff like that?
So angry.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, yeah, so far a lot of the same enemies, but it's just the progression of the story where we're at. But they're a little bit different each time. Sometimes you get like a big wave of them, so it's like it gets pretty crazy. It's kind of intense. I mean, hell, the last day I played Sunday before they actually shut it off, dude, I was like, I didn't even know what to do. I was almost having a panic attack. There was just like things coming from everywhere. I was like, fuck all this. I get into the game way too much.
Nice. Well, that's good. You get immersed in the game. Well, do you know when it comes out, when the actual release date is?
September 4th or 9th. I'm trying to remember. It's coming up really soon.
Okay, so the beginning of next month.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it hard copy. I didn't want digital. I pre-ordered the hard copy, and it's supposed to be delivered at my door the day of release. So
nice. Okay. Any good pre-order bonuses? I mean, besides the beta.
Oh, a bunch of different skins. I think the thing that when I ordered, so I get a metal tin for the case, so it's not your cheap plastic, and a bunch of little knickknacks like Mjolnir and fucking Iron Man's armor specs and shit. So,
oh, okay.
But I mean, there's a bunch of skins, a bunch of different DLCs that come along with it. I haven't fully looked through all that yet, but I know there is a ton.
Sounds good. So it's called Avengers with Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Can you not say the word hero?
Hero?
Okay.
What to say?
Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Jesus. All right. Well, I'm
right.
going to edit the shit out of that too.
We're getting a sponsorship deal there.
God. All right, Zach. So you had some. What were you playing now?
Ooh. So I was playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
And that one.
Which just dropped multiplayer, didn't it?
Did it?
Yeah, they just dropped free multiplayer on everybody.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the thing. Nobody knew it was coming, and then all of a sudden, boom, multiplayer.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, excuse Zach for a moment. He's going to go run and download it. So.
Well, I have it, but I didn't. It was one of those games where like it should have been like 10 hours long, maybe. It kind of drug on for me, and I got really kind of bored with it. Today, I picked up Mortal Shell, which I don't know if you guys got into like the Dark Souls, Bloodborne type games.
I bought Bloodborne when the day it came out. It was one of the last games I ever reserved. I hated it because I am not that good of a game player.
I love Bloodborne so fucking much. It is.
I love the aesthetic. I love the way it looks. I love like that whole atmosphere to it. God damn!
Oh my god!
For me to play,
it's so hard. But once you get to that point, like the little cult area, that's the hardest part of the game, because that will kind of like weed out people who are going to stick with it and people who are going to like just trudge through it. Because any Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, after you beat a boss and that sound effect with like whatever monster you just slain pops up, oh, it's like fucking heroin every time. Just like, oh yeah. Tell me how hard I just slayed that giant fucking monster that took me.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, every time, just a full body orgasm. Just
Jesus.
You've slain the wood nymph. Oh.
oh yeah, take that, guardian ape. I'm shooting in my pants. And then
So this is like one of those type of games.
Mortal Souls is almost Dark Souls. The controller layout, a lot of games like The Surge, Lords of the Fallen, a couple other games like that will try to like, oh, it's super hard, but we're gonna mess with the controls. No, this was the exact same controller layout, almost the exact same animation, except and they'll all have their own little gimmick to it. This one's gimmick is that you could it's kind of what the fuck's that? Quantum Leap. It's kind of like Quantum Leap, where you could, instead of just creating your character and having his stats be like a caster or a tank or a dexterity focus, you could. He jumps into these shells, which already have all these focuses on it. Like the very first one you get is kind of the tank character, and the second one you get is the caster character. And then instead of parrying, you could harden your body into like a rock at any time during attack or during an enemy's attack, and it kind of staggers them. And I only got into it like an hour today, and it's only an hour because I kept getting my fucking ass handed to me in that first opening. That's just like par for the course for any of those games, because as you're trying to kind of feel it out, you're gonna get your ass handed to you.
Just be prepared.
But I love it so far. We'll see how far I stick with it.
One more time, what's it called?
Mortal Shell.
Gotcha. Is it just PlayStation or is it Xbox?
It's on there. Yeah, it's PlayStation, Xbox, PC. It's $30. I recommend it if you're into those type of games. Those really challenging. I don't know what the hell action adventure games.
I don't, so I will not be looking at it because they fucking make me want to throw my controller through the TV like I was in third grade again.
Yeah. No, I
Right.
completely I agree with you, because yeah, there's been plenty of times where I picked up these games because I'm so excited, and I've never beaten one of these games my first time through it, because my first time through it, I'll always be like, you know what, fuck this. I don't have to put up with this shit, and I'll just put it aside, and then I'll get the it's like a heroin addict. You get the itch, and you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up strategies and look up all the things that people have discovered about it now, and then I'll check it out.
So I was playing the newest Star Wars game,
And
and
yeah,
what is it called?
Oh,
it has the redhead kid from Shameless in it.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. There you go. So I started playing that one, and I was kind of into it. I liked it. I had just gotten it from the library because I'm a cheap bastard, and I'm playing it. And when you first come up with the Darth Maul species characters,
Zabra.
and yeah, you fucking nerd, and it gets really fucking hard right there.
Yes.
I said, you know what? I'm done. I took the game out. I put it back in the box.
You know,
and I went back to the fucking library and dropped it out. I was like, no, fuck this game.
well, you know, that one you could turn on to easy mode for little babies like you.
Or for fucking game journalist.
So for yeah.
what are you talking about, Zach? It was on easy.
It might have been. I don't know. It's funny because I started playing the God of War, and it's like, do you want a story immersive, or do you want story and action, or you just want all action? I was like,
Or do you want your balls in a vice grip as you're playing this game?
yeah. Oh, yeah. So I went for middle of the road on that one. It's like, I remember Doom. It was I am death incarnate was like
Yep.
the big, violent, hardest hard mode.
No, that God of War is a game I had to turn on to easy mode because I was like, yeah, I'll put it on medium for my first playthrough, and then we got to Elfheim, and I just kept getting my ass handed to me by those fucking elves.
I got that to look forward to.
So
then.
I
All
was just like,
right.
fuck this, and I turned it down to easy.
I just want the story. Stop hurting me.
Look, I want to know more about my big screamy gray man.
So with this game with God of War, do you have to have played the other ones to understand what's going on?
It helps a lot.
Dang it!
You're not.
All right, well.
There's several moments in that game where, like, if you haven't played those, you're not going to have like this emotional gut punch.
All right. Well, I haven't gotten too far.
Like there's a couple moments in that game where you get teary eyed, you get the lip quivering, and you're like, yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll just stop while I'm ahead and go back and play the other ones.
You should. I don't know. That doesn't even have that doesn't even have the same effect because like these games came out when I was in high school and I kind of grew up with them, and then have this one as Kratos as this old broken down man, and it probably won't have the same journey as it would for you if you just hammer them out in a weekend.
Oh no, I have a bunch of them sitting here because I collect video games too, amongst other things. But I think I have on PlayStation 3 1 through 3 of God of War, the box set that came out.
Yeah, those are the only ones you need to play.
Oh, okay. I'll do that then. I can still do that. All right. Any other video game news that needs to be addressed? Anything?
Well,
any more news?
I also just purchased Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Garbage.
Nice. And here comes the anime connoisseur.
Said I fucking hated that one.
Yeah, I've heard mixed. I've heard mixed. I just figured I was getting kind of bored with the other two. Give them a break and jump into this and see what it's about.
And it sucks.
See, I haven't played any of the Dragon Ball games because I'm still like on the 12th episode of Dragon Ball, and I have no idea what the hell's going on in any of it.
Is that the one where Kid Goku slaps Bulma's pussy?
Yeah, I was watching that. I was like, this is a cartoon show? And he's like always looking up her dress when he's like, oh, you're different than I am. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Just wait
this explains so much.
Just wait till Roshi's introduced.
Oh, no. I've gotten to Roshi. I think where I left off was they had the first big tournament where Roshi.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers for a TV show that's been around since the 80s. Roshi beats Goku.
Yeah.
But it was like this epic 5-episode battle arc, and so that's where I got just at the end of that.
And
that first battle.
That was even before it was like an action anime. That was when they were doing mostly comedy spots.
Yeah, it was. It's been interesting. Maybe that's why I can't go any further because it's not what I was expecting. But I wanted to watch Dragon Ball and then go into Dragon Ball Z afterwards.
Besides Piccolo, there's very little that carries over.
Really?
Right.
Son of
a bitch. Besides Piccolo and Tien,
doesn't he meet his wife in this or something?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Sort of. When they're kids, and then they fight a couple times. That's about it.
Okay. I vow to finish it and then get into Dragon Ball Z. If you want to talk anime, though, I just started watching My Hero Academia.
I love My Hero Academia so fucking much.
Okay, good. Now that I've got your seal of approval, I will continue. So I watched the first episode just to see what it was all about because my nieces are my one niece is way into anime and she's spouting off with stuff I've never heard of. I was like, okay, I'll see what it's about.
It's that one's a very good one. I recommend Assassination Classroom, and then there was a Class of the Undead. That one's there's High School of the Undead. Something like that. That one's good for like different reasons. That one's like kind of like a cheesy '80s movie where like the big-titted teenagers are gonna get killed by zombies. Oh, okay. That one's good for like a cheese factor. Okay, so the one you're talking about now is what? Assassination Classroom. That one's a genuinely good one, along with Food Wars. See, my don't watch that one around kids though. Oh, no worries about that. But so my anime
I mean, I've watched old school anime stuff, but I don't know anything that's going on with new anime.
Oh,
I've seen Death Note. I've seen
Death
Ghost
Note's
in the
good.
Shell, Akira.
Good one.
Um,
I think
I've
Akira's
gotten
overrated.
well, I mean, that's the first one when everyone sees. So,
Yeah, true.
But one of my favorites from the back when I first started watching is Wicked City, and Fist of the North Star is good.
Yes.
That's like the original anime. You ever seen Violence Jack?
No, I haven't seen that one.
That was pretty good. It's so weird to watch rape in cartoons, though. I'm just, what the hell's going on?
Don't watch Goblin Slayer then.
Oh yeah, Goblin Slayer. I've heard of that one. They're trying to get a bunch of anime and stuff banned right now.
Is
They're
Goblin
calling,
Slayer one of them?
Yeah, that's one of the ones that was on the list. That's
That
what
sucks.
made me think of it. So I guess Australia is really big right now with pushing all anime characters are children. So they're trying to get almost every type of manga and anime banned. And it's kind of filtering its way out here to the West.
Well, Australia bans most M-rated video games though too. They're really strict about that shit.
Japan's all pissed because they're like, stop trying to censor our stuff. And then America is like, they're having all these trademark wars, like Rooster Teeth's gone, evidently.
Really?
Or, yeah, I don't know. Like, it got eaten up by some other corporation, and now and then Crunchyroll's getting eaten up by some other. So basically, what is everyone's saying is Sony is trying to get sole distribution for any type of anime in the West. I don't know. I mean, you would know more about all the anime stuff than I would, but
I haven't heard any of this.
Oh, well, fuck it then. I'll just edit this out too.
No, keep it in. Fuck it. Well, we'll touch back. We'll touch back on it next week.
I'm gonna name this episode. Oh, we can just edit it and post.
Yep.
All it is us talking about all this shit we're gonna edit. Anything else? What do we want? Oh, V, you got a story for the week?
I didn't almost die, but I got injured. So today we get this call that this dude got a couple bags in a cart with a bunch of merchandise, small but higher valued items. So he ends up going into the bathroom, leaving the cart outside. So we're camped out in the bathroom for like 20 minutes. It's like, God damn, take a dump at your own place. But anyways, so the dude comes out, grabs his car, and starts booking down all these different aisles. We already know what he's trying to do. He's trying to find a place to stuff the merchandise. So as we're watching, he gets up towards the front, and I get behind him because now 3/4 of the merchandise he had in his cart's already in the bag. And as I'm walking, he ditches a couple items, and he turns around and goes, "Hey, where's this at?" And I'm like, "How the fuck am I supposed to know?" And he's like, "Fuck you, punk bitch." I was like, "All right, here we go." I'm like, "I'm going to stop you right here. I need my merchandise back." He's like, "I ain't got shit." I'm like, "Oh, yeah?" So I grab his reusable bag and dump it out, and it just scatters over the floor. He starts flipping the fuck out. He's like, "That's all my stuff." I'm like, "Dude, you tell me that's your stuff one more time, I'm going to pop you in your fucking lip." So he goes and grabs his reusable bag and turns to grab his backpack. So I throw the cart across the aisle, and I'm like, "Go get it." And he's like, "Fuck you, dude." Takes off. So I'm following him out the door. He has one item in his hand, which didn't come from our store. It's like this, like 3 square shells. It's a small, medium, large inside this box. We start walking out, and he said something. He said something that pissed me off. It had something to do with my mom or something. And I was like, "Oh, yeah?" And he goes, "What you going to do, fat ass? You can't catch me." And I'm like, "Here we go." My partner's on the phone, starts laughing, going, "This dude don't know shit." And I start barking. I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." And he's like, "What the fuck?" He looks back, and I just book it towards him. His eyes got the size of fucking bowling balls. He takes off running. He turns at me and goes, "This is mine." I'm like, "I don't give a fuck about that." And he chucks it. The thing comes flying at my leg, hits, box blows open, one of the shelves breaks, and blood starts gushing out of my leg.
Shit.
And I stop. He stops. I look down, and I'm like, "You motherfucker." I take off running towards him. I actually get close enough to actually swat him on the back of the head, and he took off booking up to the other side. I stopped at that point because there was no point in really chasing him. I got all my shit back. I start walking back, and everybody's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm cool." And they're like, "What the fuck?" There's blood all down my shoe, all down my leg. Yeah, it
Was
was
it like a
interesting.
glass shelf or?
I didn't almost die.
Oh, wouldn't?
No, it would. He threw it at some velocity. I was actually shocked. I stopped and I looked down. I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, I almost wanted to tell him, I'm like, I got hit with worse. I swim in thumbtacks.
Or throw me into him, you fuck.
I mean, the past couple of weeks have actually been kind of mild in the death scene. So it's like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a bad thing for the segment, but it's a good thing for my life.
Yeah, I mean, the day comes where they actually, we have to report that. Yeah, so this is the story of Big V's actual death now because it got taken too far. Yeah, we don't want to do that because then we have to replace you with somebody else.
Yeah, and I don't like anybody else, so I don't want to do that.
All right, so that's the. Did you need stitches or anything, or did you just bandage it up and you're good to go?
I mean, I'm going to put another coat of super glue on and some duct tape before I go to bed so I don't leak everywhere. But hey,
we don't need medical insurance.
No,
I got it. I got insurance. I just don't need COVID
too, with everything going on. Yeah, probably don't want to go. It sucks that you like. Oh, I hurt my leg. I'm going to the doctor, and I just left with COVID. It's how many times I go to the doctor for something unrelated and I walk out with a cold. But
doctor, my foot hurts. We'll stay off it. How much do I weigh now?
Bunch of crap. Anyway, so that's how did V? We need to fucking name this something decent because how did V almost die? It's like not really applicable.
How did V commit a felony?
Chaos of V.
We will. Right.
The V spot. What? I think I just named it.
Oh shit.
This week's V spot.
Isn't that
Jesus?
Isn't that the spot that's underneath the girl's like left knee?
Who knows? That's where V always ends up. So yeah. All right.
Fuck up. All right. I'll see you in like 2 minutes, darkness.
Shit. All right. So we got movies. We got video games. We got a little anime in there. We haven't hit comic books.
We have not hit comic books. So I've been excited about this one.
Nope. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I've been waiting for this one
because I want to know your guys' thoughts on Saga.
Darkness.
All right. So I read the first 6 issues of Saga. It starts off pretty good, and it keeps the same pace throughout.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about the story because everyone should have picked it up and read it. So, yeah, the kid's born, and they're basically on the run from that point on. I liked it, and the two species that they intermingled to have the baby are both. It's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet sci-fi action.
I always say it's like Mass Effect and Star Wars, but with more swearing and racism.
Okay. I can see it so far. So the TV heads are an interesting race of people. I
love the robots.
Yeah. I think the character that I like the most is, I'm going to probably screw this up, the Stem?
The Stock.
No, the Stock. There
Yes.
you go. Sorry. Him and his lion cat.
No, that's the Will.
Oh, the Will. There you go.
The Stock is his girlfriend.
That's the Will
chick.
Who I've never been more sexually confused about a character in my life.
Yeah, that's a little interesting.
I hate spiders, but I love this.
So the Stock. Oh no, sorry. The Will and Lion Cat I like them the most so far out of the story, and I'm gonna keep going with it. But
Good.
I like it so far.
Good.
So V.
Here's my thing. I haven't got as far as Darkness yet. It's really a slow burn for me right now. I'm not quite enjoying it. I'm not saying I'm not going to continue watching it, but at this point, if I had a paper copy of it, I would have used it as toilet paper.
I'm so fucking mad right now.
Now, don't. So here's the thing. I'm not going to judge it fully. I might actually start over because it's been, like I said, I haven't got into the first 6 yet because it's been kind of a crazy week, been kind of busy, and maybe that's the reason why I'm finding it to be such a slow burner and not enjoying it right now. But I did like the Will. It's an interesting concept. It's actually a really interesting concept, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. The baby's basically the narrator. It's her story.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's a her.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back because, like I said, I haven't got that far into it yet. She seems to be the female character, which I will
Alana.
remember the name once I start reading it more. She seems to be the one that wears the pants in the family, and he's kind of more of the
and that's kind of an interesting trope that
laid
they're going to
back.
dive in and out of a bunch because I think they kind of get into this into the first 6 issues where like he after Hazel is born, Marco the dad, he becomes a massive pacifist, and it causes some conflict in the future without trying to get into too much of it. And it's a huge that itself becomes a huge story arc for him, and you do get a kind of get a tiny little glimpse onto why he wanted to put his sword away. And I love this idea of, now we're getting to why I love it. It's the whole idea is technology versus magic. The Horns are very much magic based society, where the Wings get into the technical science, and they're more machines and stuff like that, and science versus nature. That's basically the crux of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing I really loved about it is the first page of it. It's Hazel kind of narrating everything, and we all know this as creators. We're all professional wrestlers, but it's still an art form, and we're all creators. And Hazel says an idea comes out of nothing, and the very first thing that Alana says is just like, "I think I'm shitting. It feels like I'm shitting."
Yeah.
And that's
she's like, "Am I
and
shitting?
Anybody who's done anything creative knows that's exactly how that is.
Yeah, I like too that she puts in there. She's like, "I'm nobody. I'm not like this big. I'm not going to turn out to be this somebody." Like it kind of does a little bit different because you expect her to be a huge character in the future, but she's telling you, "I'm not some war hero. I didn't change the course of history. I'm nobody.
Yeah.
But this is my story." So whether that remains to be seen or not, we'll see. But so far, it's just somebody's story.
Rereading it, there's huge foreshadowing in that first volume. I love every ounce of that book, of that whole series.
And it hasn't finished yet, right? You were saying.
No, so the Brian K. Vaughan and the artist whose name escapes me right now, because they're hammering out. They do 6-issue stretches and then take 6 months off, and then do another 6 issues for each arc, and then they decide that they need to take a break of it creatively, and it's been about 2 years. And that's kind of why I want everybody to get involved with it with me, because it leaves on such a gorgeous cliffhanger that I want everybody else to suffer with me. And everything about it. I love the artwork about it. I love the storyline. Yes.
I'm definitely going to say I love the artwork.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm going to give it a chance. Like I said, I'm probably going to start from the beginning again, since I haven't got too far, and reread and go all the way through. At least give the first 6. And even if I still find it to be somewhat of a slow burner, as long as it piques my interest somewhat. Like, I'm actually, the Will gets the basically the bounty on the 2, and the Lion Cat. The Lion Cat's actually really awesome. But the chick's like, here's a card. It's blank. You spend everything you need. The deal is, it's up until but the chick's like, remember, there's other people out there too. So that kind of piqued my interest, that there's other basically bounty
there
hunters.
are freelancers in this world. I don't remember.
That's interesting.
And I might accidentally sort of spoil something for you guys, but I'm not entirely sure. But like, I loved how they're like, just the Will as a character, what he becomes. I kind of loved and it's going to get cut off once this person's found, and the first thing he does is like goes to the sex planet and buys hookers.
Yeah, no, I've gotten that far, so that wasn't
okay.
Well, that makes me want to read further.
There's a whole like sex montage in one of those issues.
Oh well, the robots.
Yes,
deeper. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it gets so much better.
Yeah, when he goes to that planet and he just steps off the Oh yeah, when he went to that sex planet, or the brothel planet or whatever you want to call it.
Sextillion.
60, yeah, there you go. But yeah, I mean that whole montage of stuff going on around him was it was interesting.
Because what are, like you say, welcome to Sextillion, this big horny hooker planet, and what are the two things that greet you?
Oh yeah, and that purple chick,
Mama son.
Mama son. Yeah,
but yeah, like I said, I'm going to give it a chance. I mainly said the toilet paper thing just to ruffle your feathers.
Yeah, fuck you.
Okay, well,
see, like anything you say that's like negative about it, you're wrong. You're an uncultured you're an uncultured fucker who never learned how to read.
Wow. Hey, Darkness, road trip. I'll pay for gas.
Ugh, I just went past there. I don't know if I can handle that stench again. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. All right, so that was Saga issue 1 through 6, which is volume 1.
Yes.
Do we want to space these out a little bit more, or can we keep up with the pace of some kind of comic like this, like arc every week?
Well, are you going to want to do volume 2 after this?
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep reading them, but just we need to jump to different ones.
I was going to say let's jump to a different one and return to volume 2 later.
Okay, yeah. Any suggestions?
Like I recommended Saga. I have other recommendations, but if you guys have something you want to read, let's hear it.
I'd say Transmetropolitan because I've been bringing it up so damn much. I don't know if you want to just first volume.
Let's do the first 6 issues of Transmetropolitan.
Okay. I can check and see if it's on Hoopla.
I'm checking. I get the Comixology app because I'm not a thief and I pay for my stuff.
Hoopla is not thieving. Hoopla is through your library. You have to return it after X amount of days.
It's free, and that's what the commies do.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking Zach.
Is it on Comixology?
Comixology.
Comixology.
So I'm looking it up right now, and funny thing I just found out, I have no idea how to spell Transmetropolitan.
Who's the uncultured find now, Mr. Vintage?
Transmetropolitan.
Still not gonna be able to spell it right.
No, I Googled it, so I'm just gonna copy paste.
What the bitch?
Ha! Loophole, bitch!
That's what the commies do. Get their information for free on the internet.
No, commies share comic books off the library. You red bastard. Go back to Russia.
Is it up on Comixology? Comics.
Comixology. Comixology with an X, so you know it's cool.
Oh yeah, anything with an X is cool.
It is 75 books. Holy shit!
It's a long read, but it's worth it. It's like the boys.
It almost sounds like Zach might become a commie.
No, the first volume's $6.
That's not too bad.
Unlike Big V, who lives on a park bench, I have that kind of money.
$6. You have that kind of. I have that kind of scratch.
That's 3 hours of hustling on the corner, shaking his little tin can for Big V.
Jesus, poor V. What the? All right, so we got that squared away. I'm cutting all this stuff, so whatever the fuck. Not all of it, but
yeah, don't cut all of it out because I gotta get. You got to cut out all the burns that V does on me, and then leave all mine in.
Oh yeah.
You asshole.
And bot, and I'll be reading this later.
And cool. All right. Yeah, I like that one a lot. It's different.
Ooh.
Yeah, this gives you a boner in the pants. All right, so we got anything else? We got comics. Oh, yeah. So DC Comics had a bunch of layoffs. They're cutting half of their titles that they got going right now. They cut Hawkman. They cut Teen Titans.
Aquaman.
They cut Aquaman. Well, Aquaman still, they're not sure, unless some new news came out. But Aquaman is one of the ones that they're thinking is going to get cut.
Shit.
And one that's tragic for me because I actually like it is Hellblazer. They're getting rid of that one too.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So Hellblazer's out, and then I don't know if they're cutting short the Batman's Grave series, and there's another series that was going. I don't remember. Oh, they also cut Suicide Squad, which is kind of crazy because the movie is sometime going to come out.
Yeah.
So they cut all these titles. Jim Lee got dropped from being the editor-in-chief or being the head honcho guy over there. And AT&T is basically just going through and massacring all their IPs.
Jesus, I didn't know about this.
So they got rid of a bunch of people, and it's going to turn into one of those things where if you don't generate a profit, we're done. So they had come out with the DC Black line. I think it was DC Black. I think that's what they were calling it, which had Batman Damned because it was a more adult title.
Yeah.
So there was going to be more titles like that, and they've cut all those. And they're basically getting down to the bare essentials when it comes to DC Comics. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Green Lantern, Flash, just the ones that make money.
So AT&T is fucking everything up.
Pretty much. AT&T is just cutting the fat. I mean, AT&T is being a big conglomerate, and they really don't care about stupid comic books.
Makes sense.
So
the only good thing AT&T ever did was Lily.
Lily?
I'm just thinking of AT&T commercials.
Oh, okay. He sent us a picture of this chick with huge tits.
Oh, hold on, let me check right. Oh, I remember her.
She's got her boobs out. The only way a woman has any value to Big V is she has her tits out.
No, I just thought it was a funny meme. It said they they threw the silencers on those for real.
Wow. That's a damn shame. I'm sorry. I if you guys listening to this want to know what we're talking about, I will post the picture to the website. So go to the Dark Asylum podcast website and you can see the picture, or just look it up yourselves.
Go to a picture. Go to a website and look at boobs.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Do you see one boob or other boob?
That progressive chick, evidently, Flo. She was like a model when she was younger, and she's got like pinup type pictures out there.
Yeah, she does.
Supposedly, I don't know. That's kind of crazy.
Which internet spokesperson would you bang?
Uh-oh.
Or insurance spokesperson. Sorry.
Oh, insurance. The Affleck duck.
I was gonna say the Geico gecko.
Well,
only one is voiced by Kelsey Grammer, though.
Oh no, only Gilbert Godfrey. I ain't going for no imitations.
Oh, that's
which one's the pig?
Your ex?
What's the pig? Oh, that's that. Fuck.
Got one in.
What is that? I think that's Geico because they have all those alternate commercials. The pig that goes wee all the way home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, while we're going off topic on everything, I wanted to talk about the website I found called Cameo.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, what you got?
It's this website that I stumbled onto where like actual celebrities were like,
you didn't know about it?
No,
okay.
I didn't know about this. Where like they'll send you.
Oh no,
you send them money. You send them money, and they'll record like, "Hey, happy birthday," or "Hey, this is I saw Big E from WWE," and you'll do happy graduation and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
they're
also
sitting there talking, they're going through their script, and then they look down at their hand to see whose name they have to say.
Happy birthday, Michael.
Joe. Yeah.
So I kind of got curious and I looked up a couple people. I saw the absolute worst Robert De Niro impersonator I've ever seen in my life, for one. And for two, I kind of found your guys' birthday presents, and I'm just going to tell you right now, live on air, so there's no surprise. Darkness, you're getting to get a happy birthday from Louis Anderson. Hi, I'm Louis Anderson. I fluffed a guy on a cruise hot tub. Happy birthday, you shit.
Jeez.
And Big V, you're going to get happy birthday from Chris Hansen.
And then he's going to promptly come knocking on your door.
Hello, Big Vicious. Have a seat. I've been looking through your computer drive.
Oh no!
Oh, Papa, no.
God, the funny thing about was it Cameo? Is what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you look at that stuff, and certain like values of people don't match who they are.
Flavor
Like,
Flav is $300.
Yeah, can you like okay? Someone like Flavor Flav is $300, and then you get somebody like Chris Hemsworth who's like 75.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the? I don't know if those are the real numbers, but they're way out of whack for the people that are doing it.
It honestly wouldn't shock me if those were the real numbers because we're being real right now. Chris Hemsworth doesn't need the money.
Yeah, no, I can look it up right now. I want to see some of these.
I legitimately thought Flavor Flav died a couple of years ago, but
he probably got crushed by Brigitte Nielsen's legs.
Oh, the dream.
Yeah, see? All right, so I'm on this site here. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm going on it too.
There's new and noteworthy. So you got, what do you got here? You got Meatloaf.
Meatloaf's $100.
And then you got Big E, who's 125.
Ernie Hudson, 135.
Yeah, you can have a fucking Sean Astin, one of the Goonies, all right? $300.
Kevin Conroy, $100.
Oh, dude, Kevin Conroy's worth it though.
Flavor Flav is $250.
$250. Sinbad, $65.
I thought Sinbad died.
No, he's still around. He's still. It's just amazing the different, like the prices on here just baffle me.
Sean Astin, $295.
Richard Tyson, who was I don't know. You remember Kindergarten Cop?
Oh,
the villain in Kindergarten Cop.
Got the Soup Nazi for $80.
So they got Mick Foley for 75, but they have Matt Hardy for 110.
Big Ed.
I don't know who. You know.
Is this guy? Oh my God! What? 90 Day Fiance. Look his episode up.
Yeah,
if you want to see
my wife's kind of.
If you want to see the most entitled white guy you've ever met in your life.
She watches those shows, and I call it trash TV, and she throws things at
Holy
me.
shit! Chavo Guerrero's $39.
See, I met Chavo. He's actually a decent dude.
He's really cool.
And yeah, I mean, he charges. That's fair. That's okay, decent.
Hold up. I thought Dog the Bounty Hunter died.
No, his wife.
His wife did.
Okay, he's $250.
Yeah, that's crazy. You got all these
Tom Arnold,
Trump impersonators. That's crazy. Gilbert Godfrey, the Affleck Duck. I can make it happen. $150, but I'm not going to. But what I'm saying, it's crazy because you look at this site, and people are charging way too much, or they're not charging what I would think they could get.
Mick Foley's 75.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mick Foley's 75, and Matt Hardy's 110. Tito Santana. Poor guy. He's $25.
Oh, James Ellsworth is $25.
So is Coco Beware.
Another person I thought was dead.
Coco Beware. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, 75.
Flavor Flav, who the fuck are you to be asking for $250? You piece of shit.
James Ellsworth is 25, and then Francine, the Queen of Extreme, is 40.
Chris Harrison from ABC's The Bachelor is $375.
Oh my God. I want to put us on there.
Yeah, we need to I want to do them, but like we all do one, right? But anything they ask of us, if it's like, hey, tell my cousin happy graduation, we're just gonna send him happy birthday.
Yeah, just do it wrong every time. Raven is only $40. I might spend some money on Raven. I don't know.
Oh, I've already told you guys what I'm spending money on.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Louis Anderson.
Yeah, I met him before at the airport.
Did he try to blow you?
No, he has some dude push him in a wheelchair all the way up to the front line. Then he goes through the handicapped area, so he doesn't have to get half of the screening that the other people do.
Push me faster.
You guys saw John Schneider, right?
Who?
John Schneider?
No.
Who's?
He was Dukes of Hazzard. He's $400.
Oh, okay.
No.
Wow.
I was born in 1987.
Jesus. They got tugboats only $30, man.
Fuck yeah, he is.
Tugboat. That's awesome. Tugboat. Greg Valentine, 100. Okay, that's what I'm saying. How can there be one over the other like that?
Bret
I would
Hart,
much rather
150.
get a message from Shockmaster than fucking Greg the Hammer Valentine.
I'd rather get a fucking message from Shockmaster than goddamn Flavor Flav.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Brooklyn Brawler,
D. Snyder,
50
$200.
bucks. This is crazy.
That's what I'd pay for.
Tori Wilson, 65. That doesn't, that seems decent for her. You see, like the other ones. There's people that I have wrestled with that I see on here. This is amazing. What is this? So if they can do it, then by God,
Yes.
I'm gonna do it too. We gotta set it up.
We're setting up the Dark Asylum cameo.
Dark Asylum cameo. The Great Khali, $50. What is that
Oh
even gonna sound
my
like?
God. I am spending money on that right now.
Oh.
He just
And this is
screamed at you.
what breaks my heart. All right, the Great Khali, $50, and then you got fucking Medusa, 35. Like Medusa is worth more to wrestling than the Great Khali ever will
definitely.
be. Rob Van Dam's 100.
Weed ain't cheap.
Yeah. Neither of those two women.
No,
that he's been
yeah,
hanging
neither of
around
those
with.
two prostitutes he's hanging out with.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
Ric
that?
Flair.
Ric Flair needs the money though.
$500.
Holy fuck.
What?
Yep. That's insane.
Ric Flair needs it though. He's in crippling debt.
Didn't he just get jumped by Randy Orton?
Well,
I
yeah.
barely keep up with what's going on. He's still, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why he's still doing it, is because like he lived that lifestyle and now he's in crippling debt.
Oh yeah, Tatanka, $100. Jerry Lawler, 75. What's the problem here?
Oh, Jerry Lawler, you could get yours, but make sure he's not for an underage girl.
Well, yeah, there's that whole, The Warlord, for God's sake, I didn't know he was still around. The Warlord, $50.
Well, I think the Warlord's still around, but like it's like Bane from Batman Beyond, where he's in a wheelchair and shit, and telling the kids going to schools talking about the evils of steroids.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Jeep Swenson, the guy that played the first Bane in Batman and Robin, he's not with us anymore.
Well, yeah.
So Bane's in a wheelchair and everything.
Did you never see Batman Beyond?
Yeah. I don't know if I got that far into.
Yeah, there's that.
Bane.
There's that episode where
Bomber guy.
There's the episode where they talk about how Bane just got too much venom and his eyes was bulging out of his head and shit, and now he's in a wheelchair because of it.
I believe that being his fate. I remember the bomber guy in that show, that he was like a mad bomber. It was Henry Rollins, and that just blew my fucking mind.
Yes.
I was like, whoa, Henry Rollins?
So in this Cameo thing, is it they set their own price?
Oh, yeah. It's got to be. Well, their publicist maybe, but...
Yeah, because nobody in their right
Well, yeah,
fucking
'cause-
mind is going to say, oh, yeah, Flavor Flav, let's charge $300 for him.
You got
still mad
Zack
about that.
Ryder charging $100, and then you got Kurt Hawkins $47. Like,
I wouldn't pay that much for either of them.
but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
as two people who are like, what are they trying to say about each other? Is one saying they're worth more?
Well, definitely.
Dude,
That's-
Gilbert, $20.
See, yeah, I can see shelling out $20 for Gilbert as a joke, and I'm sure that's how he sees it too. So it's like, haha,
Hey, Jake
spend
Roberts, the
$20.
man who's done like so much nasty shit. He's only $100.
Yeah, it's just
That'll be the
crazy.
saddest one ever, though.
Sandman, $31.
30.
Yeah, Sandman doesn't need the money.
$31.
That's not bad actually for Sandman.
Like he straight up does not need the money. He's doing it for the hell of it at that point because he's invested his money wisely and he's a multi-millionaire right now.
Yeah, it's just amazing. So, like I said, you go on here. It's cameo.com if you guys are interested. Just go on here and you get a real feel for what certain celebrities think of themselves. Lisa Loeb, $100. Really? Really? Jeez.
And that was the Cameo corner.
Yeah. It's crazy. All right, so Oh, you got the Jason David Frank, Mr. Green Ranger himself, 85. I don't know. This is like when you go to a Comic-Con or any kind of con, really. This is how you get ripped off by certain like former or current celebrities. I don't get it. Like, okay, you were in a movie for like 20 minutes and now you want me to come up to your booth, give you X amount of dollars so you can sign a picture of yourself. And I know this is almost a meme in wrestling, but I went to San Diego Comic-Con and I saw Virgil sitting there.
So Chaz Taylor, $30.
Yeah, I mean Chaz, we've wrestled with him and stuff like that, so we know him. Mm-hmm. It's funny to see some of the people that are on here. There seems like a lot of kind of niche people that unless you're really into something, you wouldn't even know they were on there. Or you wouldn't even know who they were when you get on there. The fucking voice of Zordon's $25.
Ooh.
Steve Guttenberg, $175. Wow. It's just amazing. So yeah, we could go off on this for another hour and a half.
Yeah.
Anyway, cameo.com. Enjoy, guys. It's almost as good as that website that tells you the net worth of a celebrity.
That's okay. Ron Killings. I'm ordering him. $100.
Shit.
Kane Hodder's $100.
Ooh.
That's awesome. I met him though. That funny story. Okay, so I'm at a con and I meet Kane Hodder for the first time, and he's the nicest fucking guy in the world. That's played Jason for all the movies that he was in. He's like, "Oh, you want a picture and an autograph?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, it sounds good." He comes up. I don't know if he's lost the feeling in his hands, or he secretly hates all of his fans, because he grabbed me around the neck and damn near choked me into fucking unconsciousness.
He's so fucking huge.
Yeah, well, he's not. I mean, he's big, he's muscular, but he's not too tall.
And his face looks like a PS1 character.
Yeah. Yeah, but he reached his hands around me and he damn near choked me out. He's like, "All right, take the picture." And my buddy's fumbling with the camera, and I'm seeing like sparkles and shit in front of my eyes. And I'm like, "Take the fucking picture." And luckily, just before I blacked out, we got the picture. But yeah, and then right after that, I went over and talked to Bill Moseley, and that dude will sit there and talk to you for forever. He's like, "So how you doing? How you doing?" I'm like, "I'm still trying to breathe." He's like, "Oh, did you get your picture taken with Kane?" yeah, I did. He's like, "That fucker will pop your head off." Yeah, I love horror conventions. We need to have some in Portland.
Yeah, we
after
really
they
do.
finish rebuilding it. I suggest,
I say that should be our first live show.
We're here at the Weekend of Horror. Get the fuck out of my way. Okay, so we're walking around on the floor here. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Bob Saget, $250. Are you shitting me? That's ridiculous. Anyway, enough with Cameo, because like I said, this will take up a whole nother...
Darkness is going to be home all night going, "What the fuck?"
My wife's going to walk in. What are you doing?
His wife's like, "Honey, it's 3 a.m. You come into bed. Do you believe this shit?"
All right, so we hit comics. DC's. Get your comics while you can, kids, because they might not be around much longer. And another side note with DC, which was funny that somebody had brought up, there's a possibility that AT&T they hold the rights to it, but they may sell it for other people to use. So
what?
You may run in like the rights. Oh. They may sell the rights to another company.
Okay.
So you may end up with a situation where Disney leases the rights to DC characters, and Marvel can then produce DC characters in Marvel Comics. I think I said that all right. Yeah. So AT&T, in a bid to try and make money, could lease out their properties. DC could buy the rights to the properties and put them in Marvel books. So that could be a very interesting situation. So, I mean, there's been crossovers in the past, but to put them actually in the Marvel universe could be kind of insane if you think about it. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's it. We're taking it home?
Yeah, you want to do that?
Let's take it home.
All right.
It's getting hot in this closet.
Fucking R. Kelly over there.
Shit.
Oh, wait, we got questions too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we'll get into that. All right, so another thing to kind of piggyback onto with comic news is kind of another comics wrestling question, and oddly enough, it's from the same person. So Sign Guy asks, what is our thoughts on it was a proposed WCW Marvel Comics crossover that never materialized back in the late 90s. They have some artwork up, and we'll post that on the website. But they had, Bret Hart versus Captain America. They had, it's like Captain Canada versus Captain America. They had Sting that was like, he was in his full Crow gear, and he had wings, and he was acting all weird, and he was fighting Spider-Man. And they had Kevin Nash was some kind of character, and Goldberg was another character that they had. But they had proposed this, it had fallen through, and eventually they released these really rare action figures based off of the comic art that had come up.
Huh. I didn't know anything about this.
Oh, great. So I'm the only one that did my homework. You bastards.
Well,
no, I looked at the what if Captain America fought the Hitman Bret Hart.
you think Bret Hart would put up a big old fit if he had to put Captain America over?
As long as it didn't happen in Canada, I think he'd be okay.
Well, I just don't know.
It
kind of makes me look weak in front of all the kids, don't you think? Or
would he go punch Stan Lee in the eye?
shit.
Spit at him, throw Stan Lee's desk essentials all over the ground. I don't know. It seemed, it's weird because we've had wrestling comic books. We've had crossovers and everything else. The one that probably was the most interesting to me was the Incredible Hulk versus Hulk Hogan. So Hulk versus Hulk. Yeah, I don't know. The artwork that you can find is kind of interesting, but it just never materialized. So I don't know. Some of the character models are weird. Sting looks like some kind of medieval knight with wings and stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's a pirate.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those throwaway niche things that never really did anything or made any kind of impact. It was just to sell toys, much like most of the comic books were. I looked into it, Sign Guy. Really, I did. So that was our question of the for the show that we got this week from, once again, Sign Guy. Thank you, Sign Guy, our first listener there. But the artwork that came out was decent for it. As far as a storyline, I have no idea, because you giving the wrestler superpowers, or I don't know. But yeah, what they had was, it was called Slam Force. Secret Legion Against Monsters. That's what SLAM standed for. So, and from what I could tell, the team consisted of, Sting, Kevin Nash, Bret Hart, Bill Goldberg, and interesting enough, I forgot about this one, the name you cannot name, Chris Benoit versus Wolverine. So, yeah, I do with that what you will. I don't know.
Oh, where do I start?
Yeah, it's weird because they gave Chris Benoit basically Wolverine claws on his medieval Legion of Doom shoulder pads.
Well, yeah, because having to draw gym equipment for him to kill somebody with would be a pain in the ass on every panel.
Fuck.
Jesus. Oh, and this is where it goes off the rails.
At the end of the fight versus him and Wolverine, he just puts a Bible down next to Wolverine.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I was going to say it too. I knew it was coming.
Oh man! But the last panel, Wolverine gets his energy to get back up and crawl back up. Finds the energy deep down inside of him. And it's like that part in Dragon Ball Z where the ghosts of Daniel and Nancy help him back up.
Oh shit!
Keep going off the rails with it, man. We're almost there.
We're canceled.
God.
So we like the show, but that Zach character.
First of all, that's not a character.
Who writes his stuff?
He needs to tone it. He needs to tone it down a bit. Yeah, that is toned down.
it just come to me. I'm like, if you only know how much shit I had to edit out every week. All right. Well, thank you again, Sign Guy, for the question. If you guys got questions, hit us up. We're all over the place. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We have our own website. Look it up. It's not hard to find. Yeah. Going through all those addresses is just going to be nerve-wracking. So, for Zach Winters.
Yes.
For Big Vicious.
Yep.
This is Darkness, and the asylum is closed.